Hello, good morning, students. Good morning, students and faculty. Today we have a class which will be taken by a class on event management, which will be taken by Senior Lecturer of Government Women's Polytechnic Cortical, Mr. Abdurahiman, sir. He will be handling the module three of Marketing Management, Branding and Packaging. So I welcome you, sir, to today's session. Sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for giving us. And good morning to all the CB students. And I hope that you might have studied well the first and second part of the third module of marketing management. Today, we will be dealing with the third and fourth part of this third module, that is branding, packaging, as well as labeling. Yeah? And I hope that all of you are listening to me. As you know that Brand, brand and branding is generally termed as that of children, in the sense that children are very dear to their parents. Okay? In the same way, each and every product is very dear to their producers as well as manufacturers. So they want to identify their products from among other a number of products or competitive products. So that is why they want to give a name, have an eagerness to see that their product as well as their product name will be too much attractive. Okay? So this part dealing with the process of giving brand name as well as trade mark as well as brand mark and so on. So let us begin with the branding. Okay? And what is branding? Branding is generally regarded as the process of naming the products for the purpose of identification. So what is the main purpose of branding? The main purpose is to identify their products from among a number of other available products or brands. As we know that in olden days, there were no practice of branding or giving name to any products because in those periods, the number of products were numerous. But nowadays, branding is an inevitable, or giving a name is too much important because then only they will be able to identify their products from among the products. So the main purpose of branding is identification. And what is branding? Branding is the process of naming the products for the purpose of identification. Okay? And let us see what is the meaning of brand. Okay? And brand, it can be generally a name, a term, a sign, a mark, a symbol, a device, or a combination of all these used to identify some products or services. So what we write when we get a question on what is brand, we have to write that it can be a name, it can be a term, it can be a sign or a mark or a symbol or a device or a combination of all these used to identify some products or services. Okay, so that is what is the meaning of brand. Branding is the process of naming, whereas brand is the given name or term or sign or a mark or a symbol or whatever it may be used for the identification of his products. Okay, so that's what is brand. So what is the main function, important function of brand? It will do the function of identifying the products and distinguishing the product. Brand can be any name or a term. It does not compulsorily that it must be a name, but it can be a term, it can be a sign, okay, it can be a mark. You have to listen very well and you have to understand that it is for brand, not brand name. Okay, so brand can be any of these. Okay, the main purpose is to identify their products. Okay, and the main function as well as the main purpose is identify the products as well as to distinguish the product from. And And you can take so many examples in our daily life, in our daily purchase. We are seeing too much products with good name, attractive names, with not so attractive names. And here you have some examples for reference. Universe and okay, and there is so many okay, and that is what is about branding as well as brand. I hope that you might have got a clear idea on what is branding. Branding is the process, okay, process of naming, and brand can be any name or any term or any sign. It can be a single term, it can be two terms, it can be a single sign, or it can be a mark, or it can be a combination. Right? That need not be pronounceable. Sometimes it can be pronounceable, sometimes can be identifiable. So brand means any name or a term or a sign or a combination used to identify the product of a producer from among a number of other different large multiples of products. Okay. The main function is identification of the product as well as distinguishing the product from the competitors. And you have got so many examples. And I hope that you have got a clear picture. And I hope that it is move to the next one. That is what is brand name. What is brand name? Brand name, you have to listen very well. Brand name consists of words or brand name consists of words or letters, okay, or a combination of all these tools, okay, and that can be pronounceable, or that part of a brand which can be utterable or vocalized, which can be utterable or vocalized. So, brand name you have to listen well and you must be very careful. Brand name is a word or a words, okay, or a combination of words or letters, okay, and the speciality is that that must be pronounceable. So, what is the difference between brand and brand name? Brand name can be pronounceable. It must be pronounceable. So, if you get a question, what is brand name? You have to write that it consists of words or letters or some marks, okay, that can be pronounceable. Or you can also write that it is that part of the brand which can be utterable or vocalized. So once again, brand name consists of words or marks or combination of words or letters that can be pronounceable, or it is also can be referred to as that part of a brand which can be utterable or okay. That is what is the meaning of brand name. The difference between brand and brand name is that brand may not be pronounceable. Sometimes it can be pronounceable or sometimes can be only a mark. Okay. But brand name should be able to pronounce. Okay. And you have see you yourself know so many examples for your reference here. There are some examples like here, so on. You are well versed because you are daily coming across all these types of things and products. So once again, let me repeat. Brand name consists of words or marks or a combination of words or letters that can be pronounceable or that part of the brand which can be utterable or recognized. And the examples of what is the main purpose of giving a brand name? As we have seen in brand, the main purpose is to identify the products that we from the competitors. So identification and encoding. The encoding and identification is the main purpose of giving a brand name to products. Okay. And another speciality of this brand name is that almost all brand names can be protected or is protected to. It is the unique identity of which In almost all cases, this brand name is protected as its feature. Okay? So we know that brand name is used for identifying the products among a competing set of products. And almost all brand must have a unique identity on the basis of its name. And this name may be protected by. So I hope that you have got what is the meaning of brand name. It is so simple and you keep it in mind. Brand name simply consists of words or marks or combination of words or letters that can be pronounceable. That means we should be able to pronounce. We should be able to call. Okay? We should be able to announce the name. Or you can also write it is that part of a brand. Why it is called the part of a brand? In some brand name, there may be a sign as well as a name. Okay, so that is why it is said so. That sign may not be, we cannot call or we cannot name, we cannot pronounce that sign or symbol or mark. But sometimes some name may be attached to that mark. Okay, so that is why it is said as it is that part of the brand which can be utterable, which can be vocalized, or which can be pronounceable. Okay? And there is example also. And the purpose, as we have seen, identifying and distinguishing product and competitors as well as name. Okay? And another feature of this brand is that it can be protected by law. Okay? And I hope that let us move to the next brand. Okay? What is the next one? Brand mark. What is a brand mark? Brand mark is clearly written. It is that part of a brand which appears in the form of a symbol or sometimes in the form of a mark or sometimes in the form of a design or sometimes it may be in the form of a logo or sometimes it may be a coloring scheme or it can be a picture. Okay. So, brand mark is that part of the brand which appears in the form of a symbol, or it may appear in the form as the different mark, or sometimes maybe a design, or even a distinctive logo, or a coloring scheme, or a picture. So brand mark is that part of a brand which appears in the form of a symbol, or it can be a mark, a design, or a distinctive logo, or a coloring scheme or a picture. And in the here you see in the right side you can see example for brand mark. Okay, Maruti Suzuki's as well as LG's brand mark is given as example. And you may be coming across so many different large number of brand marks. So what you will write if you get a question on what is brand mark, you have to write that it is that part of a brand. It is that part of a brand which appears in the form of a symbol, or it can be a mark, or it can be a design, or a distinctive logo, or a coloring scheme. Why it is called coloring? Sometimes some brand may be color. You may have seen the brand mark of Asian Paints. Okay, it is a combination of coloring scheme when that is used. So it is also a means of identity. And what is the speciality? Speciality is that it can only be recognized, but cannot be used. That is the difference. It can only be identified. It can be only be identified, but cannot be, or it can be recognized, but cannot be pronounced, or but cannot be vocalized. That is what is the major speciality. So once again, I shall repeat what is brand mark. Brand mark is that part of a brand which appears in the form of a symbol. Okay? And it can be a mark or it can be some design or it can be some logos or it can be some coloring scheme or it can be some pictures or dots or ticks anywhere. And you might have seen so many Nike and Adidas, they have some following some ticks and so on. So brand mark is that. Okay, and what is the speciality? What is the peculiarity? It is merely a means of identification. We can only identify and we can only recognize, but we cannot, we may not be able to pronounce, or it cannot be, or it cannot be. So that is all about a brand mark. Okay, and I hope that let us move to the next one. Next one is trademark. Okay, what is trademark? You have to listen well. There is clear difference between brand mark as well as trademark. Okay, what is trademark? Trademark is any brand that can be registered or it is registered. A registered brand name or even registered brand mark can be called as trade name or trademark. Okay, you see, yeah, in the previous example we have seen two examples. In the previous topics we have seen the examples. Also a registered one. It is also trademark. Okay, and this is also trademark. Here also you can see two examples. One is for multinational company BMW, and another one is our Supreme. Yeah, and trademark is clearly visible in these slides. And I hope that you are noticing all those points. So, what is trademark? Sometimes you may be getting a question on you find trademark or what do you mean by trademark? You have to write all the registered brand name or brand mark can be called as trade name or trademark. Okay. So there is one definition for trademark. How does it run? It goes like this. It is any sign or any mark, symbol, word or words which indicate the origin or ownership of a product and others have no right to employ. That is the two main difference or main peculiarity that you have to clearly note here. What are those peculiarity? First one, it indicates the ownership of a product or who the product belongs. Okay. And the second one is it does not, nobody have to copy or nobody have the right to employ these trademarks. Okay, if you want, you can use the brand mark of other company. Okay, you may not be there may not be any complaint or you may not be asked by anybody. Nobody may lodge any complaint. In general case, that may not happen, and if it is happen, it may not be. But if you copy, if you use the trademark of others, it may require or it may seek some sort of complaint, or you may have to answer about it. You may answer. So, the two peculiarity of trademark from that of brand mark is that it indicates the origin or ownership of the product in some cases, and in all cases, others have no right to employ these trademarks. So, what is a trademark? It is registered brand mark or it is registered. Okay. And you may write one definition. It is any sign or mark or symbol or word or words which indicate the origin of a product and others have no right to control. So, trademark need not be a name and trademark can be a name, though sometimes it can be pronounceable and sometimes may not be pronounceable. But in any case, others have no right to them. That is the important thing. You see here in trademark of India, you can pronounce that there is a wording State Bank of India, and in BMW trademark there is BMW. Okay? So, trademark. So, a brand mark may become a trademark if and only if it is registered. Okay? If and only if it is registered. So, you go through these points once again. Registered brand can be called as a trade name or a mark. Okay? And if you want to write a definition, if you are asked to define trademark, you can write it as any sign, mark, symbol, word, words which indicate origin or ownership of a product, and others have no right to employ it. Okay? And another specialty is that, or difference between the two, brand mark and trademark, is that brand mark may become trademark if and only if it is registered. So all brand mark need not be trademark. Only those which are registered can only be a trademark. But all trademark may be a brand mark. Suppose all brand mark, all trademark may be a brand mark. Suppose brand mark will be any registration. Okay? So that's all about trademark. Registered brand mark is called as trademark, and trademark signifies the ownership, and as well as others have no right to employ it. And brand mark need not be registered, but all registered brand mark are termed as trademark. I hope that you have clearly understood these terms like branding, and then brand, then brand name, then trademark. Okay, and now let us move to the next question. Okay, it's what is about the functions of brand. Okay, what are the functions that can be performed by brand? Okay, brand mark, branding. So, as we have seen in our introduction, and as we have seen in our definition itself, we have seen that the first important function as well as the major purpose of branding is identifying the product, identifying the producer. Okay? When you hear the brand name, you simply you can simply understand who is the producer or who is the owner of the product. So the first function is identification. It must be helpful for identifying. Okay, so functions of branding. First one, identification. Here, brand is highly helpful, as well as the main purpose itself is to identify the product as well as identifying the user from among a number of other products, or from among a number of competitors. So help to identify the products. Okay. And the second one is attract consumers, attract customers. So each and every brand name, if it is so attractive, if it is so catching, it must be able to attract consumers. That's why we know that even if some product are died, brand name, okay, its brand name may be still living. So it must be able to attract. So attracting consumers, attracting customers is another function to be performed by brand. Second one is attract consumers as customers through sound and attractive as well as nice brand name. Customers may be attracted towards the product. Of course, other features must be there, but still, its name should have a prominent role in attracting the consumers. And next one is helps for promotion. As that of the second one, if the brand name is so much attractive, if it is so catching, if it is so nice to hear, it's nice to hear the consumers. Okay, and if it is so living in our memories, it must be able for promoting the product. Okay, so sound name may be helpful for promotion of the product. Okay, and the fourth one is ensure legal rights. If the brand name and if the brand mark is registered, it should ensure all the legal rights of the producer, all the legal rights of the manufacturer. Okay, that means that brand name, that brand mark cannot be used by any other person. Okay, if you use it is the violation of the law. Okay, and it is against the property rights of the owner of that brand. So that's why it says that to ensure legal right. So sound, attractive as well as registered brand name ensure the legal rights of the producer as well as. Okay. And next, it is helpful for quick decision making. Okay. It is helpful for quick decision making. It means that, okay, through sound, through sound as well as attractive brand name. If you are going to purchase or if you are intended to purchase either a computer or some dress, okay, or some mobile phone or mobile set, some living memories, some living memories may quickly come to your mind. Okay? And that itself may help you to take a decision which product. So it is helpful for quick decision making. You want to purchase some products, and if some living and lively brand names are coming to your mind, you can simply select, okay, and you need not to search for some types of or other brands. So helps for quick decision making through easily selection. Okay, through easy selection, and it may come to your mind on a sudden if brand name are so attractive, supported by quality, of course. And next one, it acts as a promotional tool. Okay, so as we know that there are so many promotional tools used for increasing the sale of the product. Okay, and this brand name itself act as a promotional tool as that of many other promotional tools or promotional mix like that of liquid rose and buyback allowances. Okay, and free coupons contest. So in this way, as that of other promotional methods, this brand name itself is highly helpful to promote or to increase the sale of the product. Okay, to increase the demand of the product at the last point of the sale. Sometimes the seller or the salesperson may simply you. So, no doubt, it is a BSc product. Okay, BSc Bata is from Bata. Okay, it is Maruti, and there is no complaint at all. So, whenever you hear this name, it may it itself that name itself may tempt you to purchase it, and that act as a promotional tool at the last point of sale. Okay, so these are some of the functions performed by branding. There are a lot of functions. Okay? There are a lot of functions that you can write as functions of branding. Okay? In addition to all these, it is helpful for easy differentiation. Okay? It is helpful for strategy formulation. Okay, and it may serve to set. Okay, and sometimes good brand may start with some good ideas. The same way as we have told here, a good brand name may have an enduring value, maybe a lasting value. Okay, sometimes product may have gone from the market, but still the name may be living in our mind. As you know, Nirma soap. Okay, in the same way, Sadhu BD. It is a BD from Kannur. Okay, it has gone from the market. No, it is not available, but still in people's mind, Sadhu BD, the name is living. So some name may have some enduring value. So in this way, there are a lot of functions that brand and branding can perform, and we have seen some of the functions with explanations. And I shall repeat once again. Hope that all of you are listening to me and keeping all these points in your mind, and also hope that you are dictating or you are noting this point, taking this point. And first one, it is identification. Second one, it attract consumers, and next it is helpful for it is helpful for promotion. That means the entire promotional aspect there it is we are mentioning. Okay, and next one, it ensure legal rights to the producer as well as the manufacturer. Okay, and it is helpful for the consumer to take quick decisions, and it act as a promotional tool in the last point of sale. Okay, so these are the important functions, and in addition to these, we have seen that it has an enduring value, and it is helpful for innovation, okay, and it is helpful for strategy formulation. And in this way, we have also seen some other functions can be performed by brand as well as branding. Okay, so I hope that let's move to the next subtopic. Okay, let's talk about types of branding. Okay, here mainly we have to deal with two types of
Raman sir,
branding.
hello.
Two
Sir,
types, that is family
sir, may I
branding as well
interrupt?
as individual. Okay. Okay. Let's see what is the meaning of a family brand. I hope that students are listening well and they may not have any doubts. If they have any doubts, either you can ask now or after the completion of the topic. Okay, I think there is no doubts. And types of.
എക്സ്ക്യൂസ് മീ സർ.
Okay.
സർ നമുക്കൊരു 2 minutes ബ്രേക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുമോ? അവരുടെ പോളിംഗിന്. സർ കണ്ടിന്യൂ ചെയ്തോളൂ സർ.
Okay, yes. Okay. So let us start the next subtopic that is about the types of branding. There are mainly two types of branding that is asked in your syllabus, and they are family branding as well as individual branding. Okay, and sorry, and they are family branding and individual branding. Okay. And what is family branding? Family branding is also known as umbrella. Okay. What does it mean? It refers to the process of giving the same brand name all or to the all products of the same company. Okay. So family branding or umbrella branding is the process of branding, giving the same brand name, okay, to the whole product of the same company. Okay. once again, it is simply family branding is the process of family branding. Okay, family branding is the process of giving same brand name to the whole products of the same company. Okay, family brand means same brand name to the whole products of the company. Okay, and you might have seen so many examples for this. Okay, and it has its own merits as well as its own disadvantages also. Okay, so even then, General Electrical Company, Philips India Limited, Bajaj, Bose and Hero Honda, etc., are following the um, practice of family branding. Okay, so it has so many advantages like the cost can be reduced. Okay, the cost, then the long procedure required to find out a suitable brand name to different products can be minimized, can be reduced. Okay, there is no need of spending huge money for finding out a new brand name. Okay, and if some brand may be well known, it may become out successful, it can automatically bring the advantages to all other products of the company also. So there are so many merits as well as so many defects also. Here, what is family branding? You may be getting a question. What is family branding? You may simply write family or umbrella branding is the process of giving the same brand name to all products of the same company. Okay, and you can write example also. Here examples are written. General company follows practice of family branding. Philips India, and you have noticed Philips India has got so many bulb, fan, and so many products. Okay, every product name is Philips. Okay, so Philips, Bajaj, Hero Honda, okay, so on. And what is individual branding? Individual branding is simply just opposite of family branding. It is process of giving separate brand name for different products of the same company. Okay? The company is the same, and they are following producing different products, and they have diversified and following practice of giving separate name for different same. So individual branding, as the name itself suggests, giving or following the practice of giving separate identifiable and individual name for different products of the same company. That 2 points you have to clearly note. Okay. First one, individual or separate branding. Second one, different product but same company. Okay. So these 3 points should be here there in the definition. Individual branding is the process of following or practicing separate brand name for different products of the same. And you can write so many examples also there. In this kind, might have seen so many different soaps. Okay, let's say then and so on. And they are giving separate name to their products. Okay, and General Motors and ITC, Indian Tobacco Company. Okay, so there are so many companies, they are following the practice of individual branding. Okay, and it has also its own merits and as well as its own and defect also. Okay, and if some brand may fail, it may not affect other. Okay, some brand name and some product may become a failure, or it is if it is thrown out of the market, it may not adversely affect other. And they may have to their cost may be a little bit high because they have to find out separate brand name and separate name for their. So once again, I shall repeat. You have to listen well. Family branding as well as individual brand. Okay, two major types of branding. Okay, family or umbrella branding refers to the process of or practice of giving the same brand name to the whole product to the same company. Okay? And there are examples. And the next one is individual branding. Individual branding is and individual branding is the process of giving separate brand name for different products of the same. Okay, and I hope that you have got these points clearly, and I hope I can move to the next one. Okay, the next one is different topics. That is what is about packaging. Okay, and you might have heard the term packing and packaging so many times in our daily life. Simply let us say that packaging means wrapping the goods before they are transported. Say, okay. Packaging means wrapping or covering the goods before they are transported or stored in the inventories. Okay. So it is for protection, as we know. It is simply let us understand that what is the main purpose and function is protecting the goods. So packaging means simply covering, giving an attractive cover, giving an attractive wrapping or an attractive package for safely storing and transporting the goods. Okay, and it is generally defined as the definition is given in the slide, and you may simply go through. It runs like this. It is defined as the art, science, and the technology of preparing goods for safe transportation. Okay, once again, I shall read. You may go through. Packaging is defined as the art, science, and technology of preparing goods for safe transportation and delivery. It means it should be safely stored, it should be safely transported as and when it is needed to be transported, and it should be safely delivered. And till it reaches the hand of the consumer, the inner content or the inner product must be safe without any damage. That is the purpose of packaging. And here it is the definition. And now let us see why it is called as an art. Why it is called science and technology. Okay. We have seen that packaging simply means wrapping the goods before they are transported or stored, and it can be defined as the art, science, and technology of preparing goods for safe transportation and delivery. And now we want to see why it is called as an art. It is called an as art in the sense that its size, shape, its color, its outside appearances, its attractiveness, its there are so many features that itself may force us to say that packaging is an art. And we have seen so many different attractive packages, so many different attractive packings. That packing style itself attracts so many individuals. Even sometimes maybe attracting the kids, sometimes maybe attracting the youngsters without any difference in age. It may attract all consumers and customers through magnificent packing, and that is why it is called as an art. So once again, it is called as an art in the sense of the size of packing, the shape of packing, the design of the packing, the color given to the packing or package, and its outside appearance, and then attractiveness and so on. So, considering all these aspects, packing can be as an art. So, why it is called as a science? It is called as a science in the sense of reliability, feasibility, and durability. That means in no way, the packing materials, the materials used for packing the product should not adversely affect the inner content. In that sense, it is called as a science. See, it is science because it must be feasible, must be reliable, must be okay. That means the raw materials used for packing the product, okay, should be low cost, okay, and it should in no way attract the inner. It should in no way affect adversely affect, or it should in no way detrimental to the inner content of the product, and it should be durable also till the final usage of the product, till it is broken by the final consumer of final product. And in that sense, it is called as a science. And why it is called a technology? Because of in the sense that infrastructure required. Okay, machines use it. So there are packing itself is an industry nowadays. It's a large business nowadays. So many different variable and varieties of raw materials which are least cost or even freely available in our nature can be used as a magnificent raw material for packing. It must be actively packed. So the raw materials used and the methodology used for packing should be technologically updated and technically updated, and it must be an innovative one. Okay. The cost will not be too large, or it should not be higher than what is the inner country. Okay. So if the cost for packing is very high, it may adversely affect the demand of the product, the price of the product may be So technology, it is called as a technology in the sense of the infrastructure or raw materials used for packing and the machines and methodology used for packing. Okay. So I hope that you have understood clearly what is packaging. Packaging simply means if you write wrapping goods before they are, wrapping and covering goods before they are transported and stored, then itself it is enough for giving 2 marks, awarding 2 marks. And if it is asked as defined packaging, then it's better you may write it is called or it is defined as the art, science, and technology of preparing goods for safe transportation and delivery. Then, if it is for higher than 2 mark, you may simply explain why it is called an art, why it is science, and why it is called technology. And another point to be noted here is that there are different types of packaging. As we know that different types of packaging is required for different products. Simply, it is common sense because the packing of milk is entirely different from that of packing the computer or a hard product. Okay, and packing of packing of glass products, etc. are different packing style and packing material itself is required. That's what is simple point. Different types of packaging is required and different types of packaging materials are also used for packing different. So we have seen this packaging and we have seen one definition for packaging and we have seen why it is called art, science, and technology, and we also understood that different materials are required for packing different products. Yeah, and I hope that let's move to the next one. Functions of packaging. What are the functions of packaging? Okay, here in the introductory part itself, I have seen while we introduced the packaging, while we started the packaging in the beginning itself. Okay, beginning this topic, we have seen that the main purpose is protecting the goods or protection. Protection from what? Or protection from where? Protection from all kinds of adverse effect on the inner content of the that is protecting from all sorts of deteriorations, damages either through on loading and uploading or transportation, or may simply gradually it may be the product may be deteriorated, okay, due to some external forces, okay, either due to climate, okay. So that's out of all that types of chances of deterioration, chances of damage, either through the hands of the human being or through the nature itself or climate itself, it should be protected by the pack. So the first and the predominant function of packaging is protecting the goods from damage, protecting the inner content from deterioration. Okay. Second one is convenience. So through sound packaging, okay, the carrying of goods must be very convenient. Okay. It must be conveniently purchased. It must be conveniently transported. It must be conveniently stored. Okay. And it must be conveniently carried. So carrying the product with easy, okay, easiness is the second function of packaging. So packaging in should no way be against easy carrying. Okay, so it must be helpful to carrying, it must be helpful for carrying product, storing the product, transporting the product. So convenience is the second function. And third one is effective promotion. Okay. Third and fourth one is almost similar related. Product promotion through sound packing. Through sound packing, the individuals or even if sometimes maybe students, sometimes maybe kids, or without the irrespective of the age of the consumers, the product may attract the customers as well as it is helpful for promoting the product. So, product promotion as well as attracting customers and called as next two functions of packaging. Okay, product promotion through sound, through nice, okay, packaging, through nice packaging. Okay. Even due to the niceness of the or beauty of the packing, the product may be purchased by some customers. In the same way, sound packing you might have noticed some sweets. I mean, sweets might have packed in different and attractive style. And that packing style itself may attract some consumers and customers, particularly at the younger age, to buy that product, to demand for the product. So, sound packing is helpful for product promotion as well as packing. Second one is it encourage repurchase. Okay, it encourage repurchase. Sound packing may induce the consumers to purchase it again and again. Okay. Sometimes due to sound packing, they may return the packing materials. If they return the packing materials, they may be given the product with a low cost or with a reduction in price. Okay. In the same way, increase sale by appeal. Due to the appeal that is influenced the packing style, influenced the mind of the consumers, they may be tempted to purchase the product more and more. So it is helpful to increase the sale. So it may encourage repurchase, it may be helpful to increase the sale, and in the same way, automatically it is helpful to increase the profit. As and when the demand is high, as and when the sale is high, surely profit will also be high. So packing through adopting attractive and beautiful packaging style, the producer or manufacturer or marketer intended to perform the packing, all these functions. It must be able to protection, it must be able to carry conveniently, it must be helpful for product promotion, attract customers, encourage repurchase. All this way it may increase the sale on through the result of all these may increase. And in the another function, it as that of branding, it is helpful to identify the product. Okay? The packing, on the packing itself, there may be some written statements or labels identifying the product as well as so packing also perform the functions of product identification as well as producer. In the same way, it also tells the inner content. Okay, inner content. Okay, what is the inner content? It is can be clearly understood from the packing itself. So the package tells what is the inner content of the package. Okay, and again, it establishes the product image through sound packing or through nice and attractive, beautiful packing. The consumer may perceive that the product is very good, okay, and that product is highly reliable because its packing style is very attractive and its packing style is very reliable also and it is very durable also. So they may the packing style and the packing soundness or effectiveness of the packing may give some positive image of the product to the mind of the consumer. So these are the functions of packaging. Once again, I shall repeat: protecting the goods from damage, easily it is helpful to carry easily or convenience to carry easily or transportation, it make transportation easy, and it may promote product, it may attract the customers, and it will encourage the consumers to repurchase, and it may increase the sale through its appeal. On through all these efforts, it may is helpful to increase the profit, and the packing may identify the product or may helpful to the consumer and customer to identify the product as well as the producer, and it also tells what is the inner content, and it also helpful to establish product image. And I hope that you have got all these points, and I shall move to the next one. That's what is types or strategies of packaging. Okay. Here mainly we are dealing with three types. They are, for time constraint, we are going a little bit fast. Family packaging, reuse packaging, and multiple packaging. All these are very simple. This is also called strategies used by the producers and marketers, manufacturers for packing. Family packaging means the practice of giving identical packaging, same packaging to all products, particularly when they are similar in use and similar in quality. Okay, family packaging means use of identical packaging with when product are similar in quality, similar. Okay, and reuse packaging means the packaging must be helpful to or helpful or induce the consumer to purchase again that product, and that packaging can be returned. So repeated use of the packaging in order to stimulate the consumer to repeat the purchase. So many baby foods, so many nuts are packed in that. So if they return the product, they may be getting if they return the package, okay, if they return the packing material, they may be given the product again with a subsidized price. So reuse packaging style, repeating the repeated use of the packing material in order to stimulate the consumer to repeat the purchase. Okay, family packaging means use of identical packaging. Multiple packaging means practice of the practice of placing several units, several products in one container to increase the total sale. So, in order to increase the total sale, several products can be packed in a single pack. Example, you might have seen dinner sets, gift sets, gold balls, etc. are packed in so many items of products are packed in single package. So, multiple packaging means practice of placing several units, okay, and several items in single package. And these are the three types of packaging or strategies of packaging. So let's move to the next one. This is what is labeling. What is labeling? Labeling is simply the process of attaching a tag to the product as part of packaging. We have to get, there may be a simple tag attached to the package, and that label may include all information of the product. What are the different types of information that may be given? May be given, the brand name will be given that label, and the address of the producer, nationality, grocery, hence direction for use, manufacturing, expiry date, etc., and be given. So what is labeling? Labeling is the process of attaching a tag to the product package. Label is a single tag attached to the package, okay, attached to the product, okay, and the label may inform all the details, each and every details with respect to the brand, okay, with respect to the product, with respect to the producer. So how it can be used, what is the use case, what is the net waste, if there is any taken that also be the price of the not and expiry date must be not. And what it is. So label will tell us each and every details about the product as well as the so labeling is the process of attaching a tag to the product as part of packaging. Label simply means attaching a tag to the product. It gives each and every details of the product producer. So let's move to the next one. Functions of label. Okay, what are the functions of labeling? Label easy identifier. First one easy identifier. It is helpful to identify the product, and it specifies the product features. As we have seen, it tells us what are the different features of the product and gross weight, net weight, date of expiry, okay, date of manufacturing, and about the producer, okay, producer. So all these factors will be given in the label. So it may specify product features. So label have to identify the product first function. Label have to specify features. Next, it also gives us the instruction on how to use, okay, how it can be used. Okay, either a single unit or double unit, or ever it is to be stored, and all those factors. So it also tells us the price. On label, the price may be given. And again, it may tell us expiry date, okay, manufacturing date and expiry date. This is very valuable to the consumer. Whether it can be used, whether it is out of date, in order to know all these, label tell us all. So also it also give warning on hazardous nature. Sometimes the product may be very hazardous, may be detrimental. Some poisonous product may be there. So it must be clearly informed. Label must clearly inform all those warnings to the user. And again, it may encourage the producer to manufacture standard products. So on the label, each and every details of the producer is given. So product producer and manufacturer may be identified. If something go wrong, consumer may contact the producer. So that itself prompt induce the producer to encourage standard products or good products. Okay. So I shall repeat once again. I shall repeat once again the functions of labeling. First one, easy identification. Second one, specify the product features. And the third one, instruction on how to use. And the next, it may tell the price of the product. Okay, and it may inform the date of expiry and date of manufacturing. And it may also warn the buyer on how to use, or whether there are any detrimentals, or whether there are any dangers, or how it can be used, where it is to be stored, what are the precautions to be taken. All these in all these details will be given by the label. And the last one, it may encourage the producer to manufacture the standard products. So these are the functions of, I think,
Okay.
I think.
Thank you, Rahman sir. Thank you.
Like
So there are two questions. One is what is graded label? What is graded label?
Okay, to time constraint, you left the topic. Or graded label simply means it may grade the label which may inform the grade of the product. That means if you go to purchase some tiles, you may be asked by the seller or shopper, you want first quality product, second quality. In that way, grading the product as first quality, second quality, third quality. Okay, so the label which tell you the grade of the product, the label which inform the grade of the product is called graded label. Sometimes it may be first quality, second quality, third quality, or maybe A, B, C in that. For example, tea powder, okay, and a dust leaf. It is graded on grade A, grade B, grade C. And there are certain products which may grade the product, and the label which inform the grade of the product is called as graded label.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the wonderful session.
That
I
you are.
hope all the students and faculty have benefited from this wonderful session. Thank you to all the participants and faculty who have been listening to Mr. Abdurahiman sir's class of marketing management. Thank you. Let us meet in the next class. Thank you. Thank you, Raman sir.
Okay, thank you all of you. So I